Hello all, and welcome to All About Boat Repairs. Got a new video up here, uh, making all kinds of videos on different things that people do with their boats. I started doing this just because it's basically a hobby for me. I've been working on boats for 30 years and done everything from plumbing to electronics to changing heads on a motor to uh, various tune-ups to plumbing to water heaters. Several water heaters I've changed. Had older boats. I've owned uh, bunches of small craft dinghies and such with outboards. Um, I've owned, start off with a 23 foot, owned a 27 foot, then a 32 foot, then 36 foot, and then a 46 foot. And now I live on a houseboat. So I've had gas and diesels. I don't claim to be an expert at anything, but I do very much hands-on, and I know a lot more probably than average guys. I'm old. I've seen a lot of mistakes. But this is my video on a Jabsco toilet impeller. A friend of mine has a little houseboat and she wasn't getting any water. And in the video you'll see where I tear it down. It's just the impeller, but this one was a little bit more difficult because the impeller was hooked to the motor, which you literally have to tear the whole toilet apart. And it's not hard. If you have a little bit of knowledge, you can do this. And if you have any questions, don't feel free to ask me, and I will try to guide you along and help you out. But you'll save yourself a ton of money doing this. I think the impeller is $50 or $60, and if you were to hire them nowadays, it's $125 an hour for a mechanic to come out and look at your boat. You'll save yourself a lot of money if you can spend an hour or so and do this yourself. So watch the video and see if you like it. Thank you.
All right, guys, to the point. You see a toilet in front of us in this video. This person is having problems with the toilet not getting any water. And it will flush. There's a switch over here. There's a push switch, and flush it down. But no water comes in. So, with that, I'm guessing it's the impeller, which is back under there. I think this is a Johnson pump. I'm going to tear it apart and I'll show you a video. I believe it's the impeller that's hooked to the pump, but I'll get a video and we'll get more information on this. All right, an update on this. There's the motor. This is the base of it. I got the covers off. I'm gonna have to take these screws off in here, I believe, and shut the water off, of course. And we got the water in, water out, and it goes in there. But inside there somewhere, and I'll show a breakdown of this. You can look it up on the internet. There's a impeller in there, so that's what we're going to go after. So what we did is we took the two lines in and out. One's over there, opposite each other, right here, and one over here. And we took this brass screws off, four corners, down there and down there. They're pretty tricky. Remember, these were little brass screws. I don't know why they use brass, but that's what they used. And now we're going to take the pump off, and hopefully there's an impeller inside there. So we're back again. Removing this was stuck on something. There's something holding it. So I took these bolts off, the old base on, and hopefully this will pop off. It's just wobbling around there, so it's going to be a mess. Enjoy. Well, in order to get that to those impellers inside there, this whole thing seems to want to come apart, and that's what we're taking right there. Lifted her up. I'm gonna have to take her in and see what makes this thing tick. All right, so after much disassembly, I got you have to take this piece off, First you got to take this piece off, right here off the end, and that's held on by the back side. You got to hold that and take this nut off that goes to that. And then once you get that off, that is sitting on a tape or a spline, so you take that Allen screw loose and that pops off. Then after that pops off, you got to take these 4 screws off, which go there. And then there is my problem. There is a bad impeller. I'm going to get the number. There's a seal kit on these, so hopefully they're available and I can get them. And I'm just going to verify the number and make sure that's what it is. Wow, this is going to be... They didn't make it easy doing this impeller on this. Not at all. So hopefully it goes back together. We'll find out. Anyway, that's it in a nutshell right there real quick. All tore apart. All right, back to the Jabsco toilet that I was doing a repair on. Here's the part number, 37040, and that comes with all these fancy little things. The sucker, the impeller, new stuff, and then you got this, and then I put this together just by hand when I tore it apart on previous video. So what I'm gonna do is tear all this apart right in here and get this impeller in there, and then the other stuff is, of course, will get put together, and then we're going to assemble this thing, and then we'll take it on the boat and we will install it. But basically this stuff's going to come out in the impeller. When I get it apart, I'll take another video. So here's a video of a tore part. These are some of the new parts. I've already started to assemble this impeller. Real simple. You just lube it up really good with that lube they supply you with and squeeze it in there, and then that part will get slid onto there, and then these parts get on here. Then the new bracket over here will get on next. New seals, and just follow the instructions on here. They're kind of vague, but I will try to show you how this went together in the next video. I'll put this together and show you how I did it. All right, previous video showed the impeller is under the in and out there. And then what we have here is there's a gasket that goes in between here, right in there. It's laying there. I just kind of got these loosely, and then the plastic piece goes in there. And there's a seal right down in there. And that seal's got to be pushed down in there. And then this cutter goes out here, and then this piece here will go on top of that. So I'll put that all together, and then we'll see what it looks like. And then those screws hold this on, and they're kind of Murphy proof. There's big ones and little ones and short ones and long ones. So here we go. She's all together. I put the screws in, put the cover on, put the seal down in behind this. I got these 4 screws, and then we tighten this nut. Remember, when you tighten that nut, you gotta hold it with a flat screwdriver on the other end, because it's just one big shaft that goes through there. And that's all tightened, so that is ready to go on to this. And we're gonna put that back together, and then I'll show you the final thing. So basically there's 4 screws that'll hold that together, and off we go. So here's the assembled part. I've got everything in here, screws, that, a new impeller in here, new well, there's choker valve in there, a new seal here, new seal underneath here, and it's going to go into there, and I got to clean that. So we'll clean that. I'll put everything together, and then we'll see what we got. Update. Got her mounted and installed. Gets mounted on with these 3 screws here on that, and then I hooked up the hoses, and now all I have to do is put the toilet on and ops check it. So that's what we'll do next. Those little caps, and should be another 15 minutes and ops check, and we're done with this project. All right, this is the final video of this Jabsco toilet impeller install. And that should do it.